Hey family, it's Christy. If you would like to share this with any of your neighbors or friends that are looking for additional reading resources, feel free to do so. I will put the link out there for the YouTube and we'll upload it to the new teaching channel. And if you do share this to any of your friends, I guess I should probably introduce myself. So my name is Christy DePerto. I'm a reading teacher. I'm creating this video for my family so that they have some resources to share at home with their kiddos as they foster literacy in their homes. And just wanted to open this up for anybody else that was looking for some additional resources that they could use. I've been teaching reading for 9 years now, and I was a special ed teacher where I kicked off my career in Pasco County Schools here in Florida, depending on where you are. And I taught high school reading for 7 years, and I've taught middle school reading for 2 years. And so reading is my jam. Working with students that are diverse learners is just my thing in life, and I just love helping to share resources and anything that I have to really just give other people. I really believe that we all have a beautiful gift that was given to us, and if this video can help spark that in you and share your gifts with your kiddos, then I think that this is a really, really great thing to share with you. So we all have our teaching style, so just be thinking about what you see and how this works for you and your family with your technology. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you real quick. Some of the resources that my neighbors and family have been asking me for are online books so that they could check them out with the library. And so what I'm going to show you are 2 apps that I use. Here's Libby. You can go to the website too. You can see the URL at the top to just type that in to get started, or just do a Google search for Libby. Libby, and then there's Hoopla, Hoopla, another app as well. And pretty much these 2 apps allow you to use your library card and your password through your local public library system to check out digital books and audio books. Sometimes I'll put the app on in my AirPods when I'm running if I've got a long trek and I want to, just continue to read a book that I might have started the night before. So these 2 might be great options for you if you need to check out a book for your kiddos to complete an assignment based on what grade level they are. Now, as far as the lower level grades, let's say your child is in pre-K or elementary school or even up to high school. My kids are 3.5, almost 4, and 5. And so we use the Epic app. This is great if you download it on your phone after our social distancing. If you're stuck in a waiting room and you want to, engage your kids in literacy or finish a school assignment that requires a book that you might not have in your back pocket, Epic is awesome. So the website is getepic.com. It's great when it's linked to a teacher site. And so I will share you my teacher code that I have for my students, but you're welcome to use it. I just would need to make sure that with the new settings that Epic has for social distancing, normally it just is access during school hours until 3 p.m. And then they ask for you to sign up with their subscription after school. But now with COVID, they are allowing remote access. So we just want to make sure that if we do open this up to parents or family members, hi Ash, that and Courtney, that we give you all the resources and you have access to them. So if it does need an email, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I know that I can add people on my end. I would just need that login information. And so I'm going to go ahead and log in as my son right now. And so I'm going to click students and educators. Parents, you can see your login there. You can see my class code right here, QPS3534. And I'm going to click on that. And once you're in, you're going to see the roster of all of my students, plus Ethan is on there as well. I just use Ethan and Scarlett, the same login, and you could probably do that too. And it keeps track of the books you read or your kids read, and it keeps track of how much time they're on. And so when I scroll down to Ethan, there we are, Ethan D. What's neat about this is I really can shop on level. So if I am with Ethan, I could set him up with a smart device that has, read to me where the words are illuminated as they're said to them. But maybe for Scarlett, it would be more of like a picture book format. But if you have a middle school student, they have things like comics and graphic novels and higher level text. So at the top, you can see there's comics. The For You section would be pretty much for the classes that I've put together now. I had some resources that I used to subsidize the curriculum that we were using in class, and students were doing a self-motivated reading project before, this happened. So there's some comics that you can look, and I'll just show you what the read to me option provides for you, and feel free to explore on your own as well.
Graphic universe. Thor and Loki in the land of giants. A Norse myth. Story by Jeff Lemke. Pencils and inks by Ron Randall.
So obviously you can see that the words are enlarged as they're pronounced, and in others they're just highlighted. You can skip around at any time you want, and you can turn the settings on, have the highlighting feature disabled, and so on and so forth. So
Learner Publishing.
Here, there's no highlighting feature. So
did you see how they fared?
You want to make sure that your children or your students are actively tracking as this is being read to them to benefit their reading ability and their stamina. Otherwise, it won't build fluency at all. It'll just be la la la, there's a story on. But for your elementary and pre-K kiddos, it's totally appropriate for them to listen to a story and just paint that mental picture visualizing in their mind. So this is epic, and the other options you would have here would be just audiobook. Read to me, I just modeled for you. An audiobook, it would just be you're listening to the story, similar to what we talked about on Hoopla and Libby. And so I'll click on one just to show you in case. Here's Magic School Bus. Let's say you are working from home and you need to be on a Zoom meeting, and you really can't have that audiobook, out aloud. You can plug in some earphones and have the kids listen to a story, and then maybe paint their mental image in their mind of what they're seeing as they're hearing the story.
Dear readers and listeners, we are thrilled to be bringing you the Magic School Bus books in this exciting read-along format. You may notice that some parts of the text might be read in a slightly different order, but we assure you that all of the story and facts are there.
I'm going to fast forward so you can see that still I have the cover projected. There's no text. There's no other literacy provided. So that would be something that you could figure out how to best use with your kiddos. So those are some apps that we're using. I know some teachers are assigning reading, and you may not have that book available. We turn over books really quickly in our house. So if you're local to Starkey and you're watching this and you need a specific book, feel free to write in the comments what book you're looking for, and I bet you the community can help each other by sharing some books. I know Paula needed Rainbow Fish, but we had already given away Green Eggs and Ham, and so maybe somebody else has swapped them recently. Use your own discretion and what it works best for your family for social distancing. And then the same thing with books or games too. Like family games is huge. Whatever you can do that involves seeing letters, seeing sounds, even if it's just posting index cards all over the house. I'll show you really quick if you're looking for some ideas with your family. We created a schedule over here on the wall. So Ethan is at, he's a blue level reader if you guys do ERLA. So we just put in for Scarlett the pictures of the words and then the options. So every time that we are making choices in the house, so what are we gonna do outside? What are we doing inside? And then Ethan's gotta sign in each day. So that's something you can do with your lower level kids. And by lower level, I mean your early emergent writers, is to practice writing their name each day to sign in. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate like this. I got these at the dollar store. And this is their workstation. So they're still keeping up with that school routine, which we know is invaluable. And then on the refrigerator, we have a menu. And so every time that we have a meal, we go to the menu, Scarlett looks at the pictures, and then we find the word that has the sound. And then Ethan is doing a little bit more of reading. So I just have one page, and then when it's lunchtime, I pull up the lunch menu and we all go through the lunch menu. Speaking of which, this might be helpful if your kid, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm eating nonstop. So I got this idea off Pinterest where the snacks my kids can take at any time are below the red line. They're mostly healthy snacks that they can go in here. I obviously need to restock too. The snacks above the red line, they have to ask permission. It is a treat. It's not something that they could have at any time of the day. And the rule in our house is you get one snack, but if that doesn't fill you up, it's time for a meal. And then I'm just gonna come down here real quick. So we launched game night. I've been kind of slow with overwhelming them with reading. You know, at times Ethan will say to me, okay, Mom, I don't want to read anymore. And that's not something that we as parents want to do, is to overstep that boundary of being in teacher mode. We want to foster education and literacy and like that excitement for it. But the moment that our kids are starting to get burnt out, we either need to take a step away or figure out what we could use as motivators. So for our kids, so we have What Am I game, where you put the headband on there and you have to ask yes or no questions. But think about all the ways that you could use this in your house, where you could either write out the words, the kids could create their own index cards, and you can rubber band them to your head to have a family game where that's, you know, still encouraging literacy, or drawing pictures for your really low levels and playing that What Am I game, asking yes or no questions. We started doing Rummikub last night. The kids probably spent about 10 minutes playing Rummikub, sorting with colors and numbers. But then after that, they were finished. They did not want to do it anymore. They did have a good time with this. So we had Boggle Jr. And so Ashley and Courtney probably like laughing at this now. And if you want to borrow this in your local, let me know. So it is the cubes, and there's only 4 cubes. And the card is there. And what's cool about this is they have a plastic piece to cover the spelling of the word. And so the word essentially is just the picture, and then they put the cubes in here to spell the word. And this was a huge hit last night. In fact, Paul and I kept playing Rummikub, and then the kids started playing Boggle for a little while. So they had a great time with that. Again, just to have fun with it. I know that we're not all teachers, and just like you guys have a gift that was given to you that I know that I'm sure that I couldn't do. Like for me, it's organization. That's just not something that I'm great at. So feel free, if you have something that's working for you, to share, because we're all in this together. I don't know about you. I feel a little compartmentalized from the world, but I would love to do something that, you know, you are doing in your house that might work for you, and give it a try and see if it works for us. And you know what, if it doesn't work, then maybe I'll try it next week and give it another shot. Again, it's Christy. If you're watching this and you're my family, I love you. I miss you guys a lot. And if you're just seeing my face for the first time, sorry if that's weird, but I love you too. Good luck and God bless.